3 a.m. on November 12, 2022, Kenji Nakamura's modified Nissan Skyline screamed through Tokyo's Rainbow Bridge at 180 kilometers or 112 miles per hour. Behind him, blue flashing lights cut through the neon darkness. By dawn, he was in Shibuya police station facing 10 years in prison. His crime? Living Japan's most dangerous obsession: underground drift racing. What drives someone to risk everything for 60 seconds of pure adrenaline on Tokyo's midnight highways? Fame, debt, or obsession? Today we're pulling back the curtain on Tokyo's underground racing scene and shocking underground street racing economy. Being a street racer in Tokyo isn't just about rebellion. For some, it's the fastest path to fame, fortune, and social status in one of the world's most conformist societies. Hiroshi Yamada, a 28-year-old mechanic from Shibuya, started racing in 2018. By 2023, his custom Toyota Supra had earned him over $800,000 through sponsorship deals with underground tuning shops and illegal betting networks. That's roughly 20 times the average Japanese salary of $40,000 annually. His secret? Building a reputation that transcended Tokyo's racing underground. How does someone monetize illegal street racing? The answer lies in Japan's massive automotive aftermarket industry, worth approximately $15 billion annually. Hiroshi discovered that winning high-stakes races in Daikoku parking area and the Wangan Expressway made him a legend among Tokyo's car enthusiasts. Tuning shops began paying him $8,000 per month just to drive their modified vehicles, using his victories as marketing gold. When I won against the Midnight Club veterans, everything changed, Hiroshi told underground racing journalist Takeshi Kimura in 2021. Suddenly, I wasn't just another salaryman. I was somebody people feared and respected on the streets. The story of Yuki Tanaka, a former Tokyo office worker who discovered street racing in 2020 during the pandemic lockdowns. Frustrated with dead-end corporate life earning $35,000 annually, she invested her savings in a modified Honda Civic Type R. Within 18 months, her racing videos on underground platforms had attracted 200,000 followers, leading to endorsement deals with performance part manufacturers worth $120,000 yearly. But the financial opportunities extend far beyond sponsorships. Tokyo's street racing scene operates sophisticated betting networks, where single races can generate $100,000 to $300,000 in wagers. Skilled racers don't just compete, they become bookmakers, organizing races and taking percentages from bets. The most successful racing organizers in areas like Odaiba and Tokyo Bay can earn $50,000 to $80,000 monthly from a single weekend event. Why does this underground economy thrive in hyper-regulated Japan? Because street racing offers something Japanese society desperately lacks: authentic individual expression. In a culture where conformity is paramount, the racing scene provides a space where skill, courage, and mechanical knowledge matter more than corporate hierarchy. Here's where it gets really interesting. Tokyo's street racers have created an entire shadow economy around their passion. Custom fabrication shops, illegal tuning services, and underground mechanics generate millions in untaxed revenue. A single engine modification that takes 2 weeks can cost up to $25,000, with master tuners like those in the famous Ueno district, commanding premium prices for their secrecy and skill. The social advantages cannot be ignored either. In Japan's rigid social hierarchy, street racing creates alternative status systems, where young people can achieve respect through skill rather than education or family background. Successful racers become local celebrities, attracting followers, romantic partners, and business opportunities that would be impossible in mainstream Japanese society. Some racers leverage their underground fame into legitimate careers. Former street racers have become professional drivers, automotive journalists, and even successful entrepreneurs in Japan's legal racing industry. The skills developed dodging police, split-second decision-making, mechanical expertise, and nerve under pressure translate remarkably well to legitimate motorsports and business ventures. But this underground paradise comes with consequences that most racers never see coming until it's too late. The nightmare began for Ryo Matsumoto at 2 a.m. on August 3, 2021. His modified Mazda RX-7 had just crossed the finish line first in an illegal Bayshore route race, when Tokyo Metropolitan Police's specialized traffic enforcement unit surrounded him. By sunrise, Rio was facing charges that would destroy his life: reckless driving, participating in illegal racing, and vehicular endangerment. His penalty? 3 years in prison and a 2 million yen fine, equivalent to $15,000. In March 2020, Shinji Watanabe, a driver from Odaiba, crashed his $180,000 custom Nissan GTR during a police chase, killing a pedestrian who was crossing late at night. Beyond facing vehicular manslaughter charges and 12 years in prison, Shinji's family was sued for $500,000 in civil damages. His parents lost their Tokyo apartment trying to pay legal fees, forcing them into social housing at age 65. What makes Tokyo's crackdown so devastating? Japan's legal system shows zero tolerance for street racing, treating participants as criminals rather than traffic violators. Under the revised Road Traffic Act of 2007, street racing carries mandatory prison sentences, not just fines. First-time offenders face up to 2 years imprisonment, while repeat offenders can receive up to 5 years behind bars. But prison is just the beginning of a racer's destruction. When Tokyo police seize racing vehicles, they rarely return them, even after sentences are served. Racers lose $50,000 to $150,000 investments in modified cars overnight. That mechanical art will be covered by dust in some police warehouse. Insurance companies refuse coverage for racing-related incidents, meaning accidents result in complete financial ruin. The financial devastation extends far beyond legal penalties. Rio discovered that his criminal record made him unemployable in Japan's background check-obsessed job market. Companies routinely reject applicants with traffic-related convictions, viewing them as fundamentally irresponsible. After his release, Rio applied for over 200 jobs and was called for only 3 interviews. He now works part-time at a convenience store, earning $1,500 monthly, less than half of Japan's average salary. "I lost everything for 3 minutes of racing," Rio told crime reporter Akiko Sato in 2024. "My career, my family's respect, my future, all gone. Because I thought I was invincible on the Wangan." The most dangerous aspect of Tokyo's street racing scene is its deep connection with the Yakuza, a fact that racers often discover too late. Criminal organizations use racing events for money laundering and illegal gambling operations. Once racers become involved with these networks, extraction becomes nearly impossible without facing serious consequences. After borrowing money from Yakuza-connected loan sharks to modify his Honda NSX in 2019, Kenji Morimoto found himself trapped in escalating debt cycles. When he couldn't repay $80,000 in loans, the Yakuza forced him to transport drugs using his racing connections. Police arrested him in 2022 with methamphetamines worth $200,000, resulting in a 15-year prison sentence. In addition to all these dangers, there is also constant psychological tension. The psychological toll destroys relationships and mental health. Racers live in constant paranoia about police surveillance, undercover operations, and Yakuza retaliation. Many develop insomnia, anxiety disorders, and substance abuse problems trying to cope with perpetual stress. Family relationships collapse under the strain of criminality and financial pressure. For underground racers, current statistics paint a sobering picture. Tokyo's narrow highways and heavy traffic create deadly conditions for high-speed racing. Emergency room data from Tokyo hospitals shows street racing accidents have 68% fatality rates compared to 12% for regular traffic accidents. Tokyo Metropolitan Police reports street racing arrests have increases 43% since 2020, with conviction rates reaching 96%. The average prison sentence has doubled to 3.2 years, while financial penalties now average $25,000 per case. Now, the future holds surprises that could change everything about Tokyo's racing underground forever. The irony of being a street racer in Tokyo is that technology is simultaneously killing and transforming the scene. Japan's surveillance state now uses AI-powered traffic cameras and predictive policing algorithms that make underground racing nearly impossible. During 2025, Tokyo will deploy over 50,000 smart cameras, capable of identifying modified vehicles and tracking racing patterns in real time. However, the same technology is creating new opportunities. Virtual racing platforms and legal track events are exploding in popularity, with some former street racers earning $80,000 to $200,000 annually as professional sim racers and content creators. Japan's esports racing industry is projected to reach $800 million globally by 2029. So does underground street racing pay off? For the tiny percentage who monetize their skills legally through professional racing, media careers, or automotive businesses, absolutely. But for the majority facing arrest, imprisonment, and Yakuza entanglement, Tokyo street racing remains financial and personal suicide. Behind the fast and furious fantasy lies a brutal reality of financial ruin. Most heartbreaking is watching young racers realize their dreams were built on illusions. The choice isn't really about cars or speed, it's about whether you're willing to gamble your entire future for momentary glory in a game where the house always wins. It's tragic that besides all those dangers, some drivers can't stop doing underground racing. Subscribe.